for dark skin. I said, you're pretty for dark skin.
And then he said to me, wow, you're pretty for a dark skin. As if it's unheard of. What does that infer? That a miracle has just occurred, like beautiful and dark skin. Wow, that's absurd, as if beautiful and black are opposing words. And this brother's vision must be blurred, but he isn't the first guy who said this to me lately. He is the third, and he needs to reword that now, because maybe I'm just beautiful. Doesn't that transfer? Your butters is a lie I would have preferred. And then he said, no, it wasn't like that. Whatever, be gone, I'm already deterred. He was like, nah, but it's just that I'm not even mad. Swerve, it wasn't slurred. Pretty for a dark skin. I'll forever take that on the chin. Even to dark guys, dark girls never win. Even if the guy's mother is as black as the bags in the bins. And the funniest thing, even if he's blacker than the skin I'm in, to be with a dark girl is this sin. It's a sin. Or at least I know girls who believe this is true and they carry it within. The damage it's done, I can't even begin to explain. As if their skin color causes them pain. It's insane, and I'm getting sick of it. I'm growing bored, thick with it. And if I'm to bring a daughter into this world, it's got to change quick, so all my dark chicks keep playing this shit until it sticks. It's time to put a spin on it. That bubble of doubt within, it's time to stick a pin in it and wear your dark and lovely face with a grin on it. It's time to put a spin on it. That bubble of doubt within, it's time to stick a pin in it and wear your dark and lovely face with a grin on it. Pretty for a dark skin. As if it's unheard of. What does that infer? That a miracle has just occurred, like beautiful and dark skin. Wow, that's absurd, as if beautiful and black are opposing words. Dark girls rise. Your dark skin is such a prize. When will you realize? Dark girls rise, be confident and wise. Pretty for a dark skin. No, we're just pretty, full stop. It's time to put an end to the lies.
Come on, people. You can do better than that. Bow down before the princess, please. Bow down before the princess. So, you know what? First time I ever seen that video, right? I was like, whoa. You know what? Seriously, I was like, whoa. And then I was like, I need to get close. And then I had to replay it a couple of times just to get exactly the essence of what you were trying to bring across to a wider audience, to the different parts of the world, not even just in the UK. So I want to know what inspired, what was the thinking? I want to know a couple of days before you wrote this. I want to know the mindset. I want to know what you were doing. I want to know what fueled it.
Okay, so actually it's an interesting story. I mean, just going back, as a dark-skinned girl, it's always been kind of a struggle. Do you know what I mean? I mean, the lighter, the better, and it's always been that way growing up. I mean, I saw it all the time, especially as my two closest friends were actually light-skinned black girls, and they always got the shine, and I was always just the black sheep. And not only in that situation, but I mean, like in the media. I mean, when I turn on the telly, it's never really like the darker skinned girls in the music videos or on the adverts, or you know, they never really get that shine. You don't see it, and then you get the ones that do, that start bleaching, and it's just terrible. Anyways, I went to Turkey, and that was the first time when it really hit me, because I've never really been glorified for being dark, or I've never really felt blessed to be dark, so to speak. And when I went to Turkey, everywhere I went, it was, oh, chocolate princess, chocolate, your skin's so beautiful. The Turkish men loved me. And that's the first time ever I was like, do you see what I mean? So they wanted to take pictures with me. I thought I was famous. Oh, your skin. And I was tanned, and it was amazing. So I sat there on the beach, and I literally wrote it. You're pretty good.
Wow. So all that love. So we've got to thank the Turkish as a nation.
Yeah.
We've got to thank the Turkish brothers
Inspired.
as men. We got to thank, you know, the Ottoman Empire to a certain extent, you know, with its reach across, you know, different parts of Africa or different parts of the Middle East. So this is the historical context. So that's when you wrote it. So I want to know, okay, so all of the negative imagery that you've seen throughout, obviously, growing up, and throughout, or just even of people of color, or people, especially black people or dark-skinned people, right? How has that made you feel? So something that inspired you, something that, but when you perform it, how do you feel? Has that had any effect?
Rather than this truth beating me, it kind of gives me a drive. Do you get what I mean? To the point where I don't even really see it anymore. It's kind of comical. And I just want girls to find, dark-skinned girls to find it comical. I want them to, that's ridiculous. I'm beautiful, that kind of thing. Like, just let it slide off you. Do you know what I mean? Like water off a duck's back. Don't even let it bother you. And I kind of want to be that, I want to be the forefront of that. Because I have the confidence now to do it. I'm not ashamed. I love my skin. I'll go into the dark and I'll get darker. And I love it. I wouldn't change. And I think that we should all love ourselves like that. But in particular, especially as a black women, do you know what I mean? Because I'm going to have black daughters and my niece is dark and my sisters are dark and my goddaughter's dark. And I don't want to ever see them cry about that.
I would go further and say, you know what, to try to tell people, I always think, how do you imagine, what does God look like? I would say, God is a black woman somewhere in deep roots, dark-skinned black woman in the heart of Africa. That's what I...
Sounds about right.
So touch that melanin, touch that melanin. That's what I want to say. Mainly, you know, a lot of the things to talk about, I'm joking about and saying touch that melanin mainly because the darker skin is seen as something kind of to be ashamed of. And really, is your next work going to be inspired about doing research about actual melanin and what the dark skin represents and the richness of dark skin?
So, of course, it doesn't stop there, but I feel like I kind of get in tuned with the pain of the world. So whatever that is at the time, I might feel inspired to write about it. But of course, this is a matter really dear to my heart. So there's more stuff coming, not just about, I mean, it's deeper than just hating your skin. It's hating your hair. It's hating, so there's other projects. I basically want to uplift. You know, I want to uplift. And that's what I'm going to do through every angle I can, through everything, basically.
Okay, for most of us who are here who don't know about you, can you please send us to a Twitter? Can you send us to a website? Can you send us to Instagram?
Yes, so I've actually got quite a few videos out. So they're the same across all social medias. So my Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube is Princess Latifah Official. Is it there? No. So Princess Latifah Official, and the Latifah has a H on the end, so that's Latifah Official, and you can find me there. Please do. Thanks.
Please, would you please give it up for the princess, soon to be the queen.
Soon to be the queen.
Soon to be the queen, sitting on a throne. Please give it up for Princess Latifah.
Thank you.
Thank you.